What to do, YouTube? It's just who? It's just Jane, back with just another video. I'm gonna be talking about my freshman year college experience. Quick disclaimer, what I talk about in this video are my very own thoughts and opinions, nobody else's, based off of my own experience, and everybody's college experience is different. I love the school I go to, and I love the people that I go to school with. It's college, and college is hard, and I'm a teenage girl, and being a teenage girl is also hard. I attend Oklahoma City University, which is a private college. Like this video for a freshman college advice video. With this video, I don't expect you to watch the whole thing unless you love me that much, so I've taken the time to give you like a time card, which is right here. So if you're here for just a specific topic, a specific subject, you can use this time card right here. I also have the times in the description below, so that if at any point you want to fast forward onto the next subject, onto the next topic, you can do so yourself. I'm doing you a favor, so I would appreciate it if you left me a like and left me a comment in return. Woo!
You better keep that in there.
You think so? I won't. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the summer before college, because the summer before college, that summer changes your life. If you have moved into college, you remember high school going into college the summer before, and the summer before was great and hectic. You're buying all of this stuff for your dorm room. You're moving on to a school where you're gonna meet new people that you haven't gone to school with the past 4 years from all around the world. I was lucky enough to be in a group chat with a whole bunch of people from around the United States who were going to the same school, and we had a Snapchat group message, and so I was able to talk in there and kind of get to know some personalities even before stepping into school. I was really happy about that, being able to kind of get to know a lot of different people's personalities before actually moving into college just made me more excited and made things more special, and I really enjoyed that. The next thing I'm going to talk about is move-in day. I don't want to get into too much detail about this though, because I have a whole move-in day vlog. Whenever I do my freshman advice video, I'll have like a lot of tips and tricks and advice in there. But move-in day, hectic and exciting and nerve-wracking all in one. The day that changes everything. And that is the day that kind of sets the tone for what you've gotten yourself into for the next year. Move-in day was honestly great. I enjoyed it. I didn't have a problem. It was really hectic and tiring, but I was very excited to meet new people, and I did, especially the people who I was in the group chats with. Move-in day, great day for sister over here. Let me get into what we go to college for. The academics, baby. Okay. Bro, let me tell you. Sister girl over here is a business administration major. Later on in the year, I also decided to pick up a social media minor, because that's the thing now, a minor in social media. The academic side of college is definitely not like high school at all. Like, high school does not prepare you for it. It's not cute, okay? For me personally, and I know a lot of people feel this way, as a freshman, you're taking a lot of general ed courses that have nothing to do with your major, and you honestly, like, you don't care about them, but at the same time, those are the same classes that can really, like, with your GPA, okay? They do. Alright, they do. I have never had the plus-minus system in my life. I've never had to use that. And then I come to college, and that's what it is, a plus-minus system. And not only is it a plus-minus system, but the highest you can get is an A. You can get C+, B+, D+, not an A+. So that's really frustrating. There were so many times where I guess I felt like I was gonna fail, and I thought I was gonna fail, and I would like have like these really bad panic attacks and stuff like that, and it was just a lot. It was a lot to handle, not only my first semester, but my second semester too. And I remember my first semester, I ended up having to drop college algebra because that class was moving too fast for me. I couldn't keep up. It was all based off of tests, and math is not my subject, and I couldn't do it. So I did end up dropping that course, and I'm gonna take summer college algebra to make up for it. But it was just rough. Like, it's hard. I have always considered myself an organized person when it comes to like needing to get things done and what I need to do and stuff like that. But girl, there were so many times for my college career that I procrastinated, which is so unlike me. Like, I do not procrastinate, but sometimes in college it really be like that because they give you ton of homework to do and you have all of these classes and it's stressful. Like, it's so stressful and it's challenging mentally. Ooh girl. I had an 8 a.m. both semesters. So I never want to take an 8 a.m. again, but you know, I made it through, whatever. Another thing I feel like that was always worrisome, or like when it comes to finals or midterms, you would always feel like you're gonna fail. If you really think about it, I don't know how many people have actually failed their midterms or actually failed their finals. It seems like a lot of pressure because it is, but I never have, and I don't think I ever will actually fail a midterm or fail a final, because I feel like the teachers know that that's also stressful. Their goal isn't for you to fail the midterm or the final. Now, you can fail a test, because I have, baby. I failed so many tests, but I've never like failed a midterm or a final. I've always been an all A's, 1B kind of girl, but I got to college and I ended up getting 1C first semester and 1C second semester. My college GPA overall for both semesters ended up being a 3.3, which is pretty good for college. Am I good on that? Did I explain that thoroughly? Okay. Parties, real quick. Yes, I go to parties. I love to go to parties. I don't smoke, I don't drink, and I am a virgin and waiting until marriage. I go to a lot of parties. I'm usually the DD, but I love to go to the parties and dance and socialize. It's college, like, parties are a thing. Wanted to throw that out there. Girl, money, 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 money! Money! My parents were giving me an allowance and I was also working, so I kind of got the best of both worlds. But some of that money that I made also went towards the school, and some of it went towards me, so there was a split. Personally, for me, I have never been that person to believe in getting an off-campus job. I've just had like some really bad experiences seeing my friends who have had off-campus jobs and having to go to work and school, and their manager not being cool with their schedule, and it's just something I saw they had to go through, so I didn't want to go through that. So I got an on-campus job. I work in the admissions building as a tour guide, getting to talk to different people every day from all around and understanding like who they are and why they're looking at that school, why they want to go there, what they want to do when they grow up, like how the parents feel, how they feel, and I love that. I love getting to like talk to people. That's why I love being a tour guide. It's been great, and that's also another way for me to make friends. With that job, it's on campus, so like school comes first. There have been times in the past where maybe I wasn't having a good day or I needed to like study really badly for a test. They've been totally okay with letting me get that me time in and focusing, because school comes first and they understand that. And also I work with a lot of my friends, and so it's not just this job where I'm sitting all by myself all day alone. There are a whole bunch of people working at once, and I enjoy that as well. And like, yeah, sometimes I blew all of my money and I had to make like this much last for like 2 weeks, and then sometimes I was doing well with it. It's just the life I chose to live, bruh. One of the things I was really scared about going into college was I was like, being high school broke is different from being college broke, and even though that's still true, at the same time I've learned that if I spend my money wisely and budget correctly, well, do I really budget? I don't know what I do, but all I know is if I do what I do and process correctly, like, I'm fine money-wise, I guess. Joining organizations is one of the best things I did throughout my freshman year because that's one of the easiest and best way to meet new people and to make friends. I joined a sorority, Alpha Phi. I joined the Black Student Association. I joined the Student Government Association. That's all. Awesome, great things, and each of them holds something different. The sorority holds sisterhood and all of these women of like power and amazing girls to be around, and then the Black Student Association kind of holds more people who look like me and can relate to like things that maybe this person can't relate to. And then the Student Government Association is great because it has people from everywhere in it, and it kind of showcases the students' views on things. It's for the students, and I get to see and understand that. Out of all three of the organizations I've joined, I love all of them, but I think my favorite and the best one that I've joined personally is my sorority for so many different reasons, in which I could do a whole separate video about like why joining sororities are a great thing to do, or like if you're about it, if you're not. The next thing I'm gonna talk about is the social life, which is personally my favorite part of college. Are we surprised, girl? No, we're not. I want you to know and understand me as a person. I truly believe that you can always learn more socially than you ever can academically, within reason. I know you're not going to learn how to do brain surgery socially, okay? I get it. You need academics for that, within reason. But I say that because you can be 80 years old and you're not going to have this job that you've worked your whole life for anymore. Like, babe, you're gonna be retired. You're gonna make good retirement money, maybe. When you're 80 and you're not working, guess what you'll still be doing? You'll still be talking to people, because you could be in a nursing home, or you could be having friends or whatever, and you can be 80 years old and somebody will still screw you over, but you're not gonna have the same job you did when you were 41 when you're 80, okay? I love and I really, really enjoy getting to know different people. That was my favorite part about college by far. Like, I truly understand why people say college are some of the best years of your life, because they are. I get it. It's also some of the most stressful years of your life, but I understand why it's the best as well. And I enjoy getting to meet new people, learn about new people, and I enjoy getting to know why they think the way they do and understand why they are the way they are. And now we're gonna talk about dorm room living. So I also have a video with my roommate that you can go and watch if you want to like learn more about that. This is where the tea happens!
Yeah, I want to listen.
This is where the tea happens!
I'm about to get a drink and some popcorn.
As a freshman, what happens at a lot of schools is you move into the freshman dorms. This is both a blessing and a curse. The problem with me and moving into the freshman dorms is like, you're living in a building with a whole bunch of 18 and 19-year-olds. You're away from home for the first time. Okay, like your parents aren't there. So you can be out as long as you want. Me being the only child, extroverted person, social life of the party that I am, girl, I was never in my room. Like, I was probably in my room 15% of the time. Is 85 plus 15 100? Is that 100?
50, yeah.
Okay. Maybe 15% of the time, if that. That's me being generous. It could have been like 10 or 5. What would happen is I would not be in my room because I would always be hanging out with a certain group of people. And I like to do this thing where I have a main group of people, a main friend group, and then I have sub-branches off of that friend group. So like if this main friend group like pisses me off, or if I'm not vibing with them that day, or whatever you want to call it, I have this friend group, I have this friend group, I have this friend group, I have this friend group. I float like no other. It's honestly insane. And mind you, I go to a private college, so it's not like a school with 30,000 plus kids, okay? It's a school with like 3,000 kids. There was this area, and I'm gonna call it the Twilight Zone. I always went to the Twilight Zone, okay? That area that everybody talks about, hears about, it's like a myth until you see it for yourself. Some people go and see what it's about, and some people are too scared to even like go see what it's about because you just hear so much about it that you either fit or you don't, okay? So the Twilight Zone is a very high school area. This is that area where you have a big group of people, a main friend group of like 20 people, 20 plus. We were all family and we loved each other, and I loved a lot of those people. To this day, some of them are still family and some of them are most definitely not. Every day, every freaking day, whether it was daytime, nighttime, could have been 3 a.m., whatever you want, like, people would always be out in this Twilight Zone area talking. If something happened to somebody, it would spread like wildfire. Like, there was nothing you could do in that Twilight Zone area that nobody who was a part of that area and a part of that family wouldn't know about, good or bad. Something that was told to me by a senior is people don't really start showing their true colors until after spring break or until second semester. That person was right. What happened is I think we spent so much time together, and then people just got tired of each other and other people started showing their real colors, and there was a lot of fake snakes. There were also a lot of like real true people. And so what started happening was people started like not hanging out in the Twilight Zone as much, or not being associated with each other. And it was a great time. Like, some of my best freshman memories came from those people in the Twilight Zone, and I will not deny that. But there was a certain time where it just became very toxic for me, and it's nothing to blame on like the school itself or living in the dorms, because it's not like I had to be there. It was a place where I was always welcome, but I was not obligated to be there, but I wanted to be there. And I felt like those people wanted me there because they did, but at a certain point it became very toxic, and I had to move and find a different main group of friends and main group of people to hang out with because of a certain reason, which I'll get into in a minute. But man, oh man. At the same time, I will say I am so blessed to have been in the Twilight Zone area, which is a place that not everybody feels welcome. I wouldn't have traded anything for the world, because I am not a person who believes in living life with regrets. Like, there's not one thing I have done that I regret, because everything I have done has made me the person I am and continues to make me the person I am. So I wouldn't have traded being in the Twilight Zone, a both happy and toxic environment all in one, for anything, because I loved it. I am a person who's addicted to the chaos. I love that rush of adrenaline and then that sigh of relief, whatever that be. So it was a great area for what it was when it came to me. Like, if you know me personally, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. If you don't know me personally, you're not going to know what I'm talking about at all. There were a lot of situations where I was misunderstood and didn't get a chance to actually say my piece. So I feel very like unsettled with that, and I feel like this way I can feel at peace and at ease with that. To anyone that saw anything happen with that whole thing, you saw it and you formed your own opinion based off of what you saw and stuff, and like, yeah, that's fine, that's cool, I don't care. But I am saying my part so that I can feel at peace, whether you agree with me or not. This is my one and only chance to be heard, and I should have made it more of a point to be heard when all of this was happening, but I didn't, and that's my fault. I promise you, and I'm documenting this right now, I promise you that will never happen again, okay? Promise. It's documented. there we go. It is my turn and my time. And this is a great way to do it because I can't be interrupted. I can be heard. And I know you're not going to click off because I'm not talking mess, and you know that. And that's one thing that I really enjoy about my channel. It's like, if fam doesn't understand me, somebody on this channel does. I have freedom of speech. The point where it got toxic is this. I'm gonna talk about boys, alright? Your homegirl caught feelings for a boy at a party in a hot dog costume because this was around Halloween time, okay? And I was completely sober, alright? So that's a train wreck waiting to happen, and that's exactly what happened. That train, it crashed. And I told you that the best thing about my freshman year was getting to experience and meet new people and understand that person and everything about them. And so I want to talk about the worst thing of my freshman year, which was me liking this boy. And I will tell you why it was the worst thing for me socially. There are a lot of other things that like happened to me, but like they weren't really social. It's no secret, if you know me, I am not the best at expressing my feelings when I like somebody, okay? It's not a surprise. Like, if you know me, you know this. It's no shock. Me and this guy, like, we'll call him Chad. Dude's name is Chad. Chad from High School Musical. Yeah, that's who I liked. Okay, cool. Oh, Chad. Well, I would get like really awkward in front of Chad sometimes, and sometimes I would be fine because like I like Chad, and I think me being like really awkward around him sometimes like made him uncomfortable, rightfully so, because what the heck. And I get that. Me and Chad were like great friends. We were like best friends at one point, and then of course, yeah, I messed it up. Whatever. This goes back to the Twilight Zone because we were both in the Twilight Zone with all of these people. And I think it's so easy to feel understood, but it's even easier to feel misunderstood, which is another reason I'm talking about this, because if anything, I feel so misunderstood with this situation. Because like, yeah, a lot happened. And yeah, I could have handled a lot of things better than what I did, okay? But the thing is, I feel like Chad could have too. And the problem is, I am very overpowering and out there. I walk in the room, you know I'm there, and Chad is more of like a reserved dude who still likes to have fun, but he's like really reserved. So because of that, it's so much easier to see my faults and my wrongs than it is to see his, okay? And that's what happened. But then what happened is, in the Twilight Zone, I got ambushed and I was forced to have a conversation that I was not ready to have and I didn't want to have. I was called immature by him, and the thing is, like, yeah, okay, great, I'm immature, I get it. We're all 18 and 19-year-olds living in a building together. There's not gonna be that much maturity, personally, in my opinion. And I'm immature, but you have people sitting here, you have five people sitting here in the Twilight Zone telling this dude to kiss me on the cheek, okay? But I'm immature. Okay, cool. Another thing that made me upset was like, oh, okay, like everyone's like, oh, like, yeah, like, oh, she's like in love with him, she's obsessed with him. Like, okay, like we're all 18 and 19, you know, like in love is a big word. What they didn't understand is I loved him as a friend and I liked him as more than a friend, okay? That point was never like cut across. I never got to explain that because people would always cut me off and not listen to me. Do I still like him? Do I not like him? Nobody knows, and I'm not gonna tell anybody, okay? Nobody knows. I had some other person tell me like, oh, like you like really don't know who you are, stuff like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, once again, I'm 18. I think a lot of 18 and 19-year-olds think they're actually a lot more mature than what they actually are. And like, yeah, because I'm so young, like I might not know who I am or whatever, but as of right now, I know that I am very confident, I am very outspoken, I get what I want because I grind and I don't stop until I get it, and that's who I am right now. These are things nobody can take away from me, and that's who I am in this moment today and when that situation happened. I was just attacked because nobody understood my point of view and where I was coming from, except for very few people who had my best interests at heart, which it's not everybody's job to have my best interests at heart, okay? People are people. They only care about themselves, okay? I get it, but I was ambushed. So I went to my room and I cried because what the heck was not a good situation, was not cool. And that's me telling it without like getting all into detail. And that was the night I decided, the Twilight Zone. I'm not doing this anymore. You people don't understand me. You don't get me. You don't even try to hear my side. You don't get it. You don't understand me. I'm done. Okay? That's fine. I went and I found a new group of friends who was also like a very dramatic group of people, but I loved them too. And I know this makes me seem like the victim, and like I said before, I definitely did a lot of things that probably pissed him off and made him upset, because like he's a really cool person. He's really like, he really cares about people, and I know like he really cares about me, and he tolerates a lot, okay? And he doesn't have to. I know, because I'm a hard person to deal with, and he definitely dealt with me and still has continued to deal with me. And that's not easy, okay? I get it. So like, no, I'm not saying I didn't have anything wrong, because I definitely did. I definitely did things wrong, and everybody could see that. I'm just upset that nobody could see his faults. It was all me. It was all me. It was all my fault. Okay, cool. You gotta understand, this group was a gang, like this group was family, and I don't take the word family with my friends very lightly. So you can understand, sis was super hurt, and I'm still hurt. That conversation was had, and then I was forced to have a second conversation with Chad because I was very upset about the first conversation where I was ambushed by like 6 people in the Twilight Zone. So then I was forced to have a second conversation with him where it was just him and this other person, and that was fine. But the thing was, even after that, I still wasn't okay. And this is why. This picture right here is how I felt. So there was a certain time in the year where I was so close to hitting a wall. And then that night happened, and that's when I hit the wall and my face was like this on that wall. And then I was forced to have a second conversation with this person again after all of that. I'm already on the wall, face like smashed up against the wall. And now I feel like I have somebody pushing my back against the wall that I'm already smashed up against. Maybe if you've ever like been on a car ride and the car turns and then somebody smashes you or squishes you, and you get that feeling where it's just that like, oh, or like if you've been smashed or squished by anything or anyone, you know that feeling where you can't breathe. And I know you're gonna be like, oh, Jane, why didn't you just talk to him? That's why. That is literally why I didn't talk to him, because I would have felt like I would have been suffocating myself emotionally, more so than I already was. I was in an environment where I was out of my room all the time. Yes, my fault. I was not obligated to be out of my room all the time. I get it. And I was always out and around and about and always socializing. I was at this point where I could not grow in this environment anymore. In the freshman dorms where I'm living with a whole bunch of 18 and 19-year-olds, in the Twilight Zone where everybody's always out and everything, nobody understood that. I could not grow anymore in that environment. I couldn't. Can I grow next year when I'm in a different environment? Maybe. But could I grow there? No. And nobody understood that. And I got tired of it. I was so tired of it. And it was like so unhealthy and just, it was awful. It was so awful because I was so misunderstood with this. Yes, I did wrong, but so did he. And I probably should have taken more time for myself, but as much as I was out of my room, I only get that chance to like go to the Twilight Zone once and be all up and about in the freshman dorms once. So yes, I took advantage of it and used it to the best of my ability because that was the first and the last time that I would get the freshman dorms and the Twilight Zone and the experiences that a freshman experiences. Go crazy, go stupid, but be responsible. Day one to the last day, I was 110% myself the whole time, but the one thing I could have done differently was not come in so bubbly, happy, and smiley, because there were a lot of times where people wouldn't take me seriously. That definitely is my fault. But that's okay because next year I'm coming in an even bigger, better, and badder than I was before. And yes, that's possible. I know I'm already up there, but it's even more possible for me to get even higher than this. I am so excited for what my sophomore year of college brings, and I do not regret anything that happened for my freshman year. I wouldn't change anything that happened during my freshman year. Yeah, a lot of things went wrong, but a lot of things went right. But with the things that went wrong, I know better, so I can do better for next time, and I will. Move out day, oh girl. A couple weeks leading out to move out day, you start packing and you get sad because you're like, dang, I just met all of these cool people, now it's summer, and like, you know you're not gonna talk to half of these people again, but you also have new people who will come in to fill the void of the people that you're not going to talk to in the next year. But it's very sad to just like take down all of your stuff, but also it's very inspiring to know like, yes girl, I got through it, I made it, like I didn't drop out, I didn't fail and have to leave, like I made it to move out day. And it's just a lot of packing, which sucks because I swear it's like you move in with a lot of stuff and then you move out with even more stuff, and then like, oh, it's just awful. And then you come home and you just have boxes and bins and suitcases everywhere. Oh girl, oh. Move out day is pretty interesting. Move out day was good for me. Took me a minute, but I did it. I had an extended stay, so the original day I was supposed to move out, I had like an extra day to move out, and so I did that instead. That is my freshman experience video. Thank you for watching if you did watch the whole thing. If you didn't watch the whole thing, thank you for watching whatever you watched. Like, comment, subscribe. I personally feel like your first year of college and your last year of college hit differently than anything else because it's the beginning of an era and the ending of an era. Stay tuned for more of my college journey. Okay, and I will see you in my next video. 1, 2, 3, peace.